Time to go to Atlanta and talk to somebody that knows about the basketball. Miles, our friend Chris Miles, NBA TV. You can give him a follow at Chris Miles TV. Miles joins us via the Rude Guest Hotline. Rude is the most reliable HVAC products in the DMV. All right, Chris.
I got a question for
Chris.
The
floor is yours.
I got a question for
All right,
Chris.
you fire away because I just want to take a victory
What
lap.
did you know to make you think that the New York had a chance? Because many people didn't think. I didn't think it. And now they're up 2-0.
So what's crazy is, and I don't know if you're basing this off of my Instagram story that I posted.
Nah, you were on the radio with us last week, fool. What you forgot?
Oh, okay. No, so keep it. Now, I went in with you guys and said that, right?
Yes.
But when we were, and I say we, because I'm a Knicks fan, I have to admit, when we were down 20, I was like, you know what? I'm going to post this. I'm like, the Knicks in 6, and we're going to win this game. And Shaq was looking at me like, you fool. And Chuck was like, you're an idiot. How much you want to bet? And I was like, I don't have the money to bet with you, my friend. Like, what are you talking about here, right? I know. But then again, I wouldn't have been able to pay him. Like, what are we doing here? So what I'm saying is this, right? The benefit we have of listening to the post-game press conferences every single day as part of our job and the shows that we have, I'm like, the Knicks are serious and about business. And the Celtics kind of feel right now like, oh, yeah, we got them. We swept them in a regular season. Like, this is just another game that we have to go through. And the Knicks have this sense of desperation. So what I was saying to people is, like, I think the Knicks have a legit shot. Now, both games played out a little differently in the sense of who stepped up. And, like, Karl Anthony Towns was due to have a good game after being trash against the Pistons in the last game and pretty bad in game 1. And sure enough, he was huge in game 2. Mikal Bridges couldn't hit a shot for like 4 games. And then in the fourth quarter, he scored 14 points. It's like the regression to the mean. And it's really exciting because we have all these comebacks, right? Like, I think we've had 4 of them in the first round. Road teams keep winning. It's crazy.
Towns was really good. It's funny. I actually said to BMitch earlier, I've been fairly critical of him kind of throughout his career. I just think he's kind of soft for the the big body he has. Not last night though, man. 21 and 17. I was very impressed. I think. Do you think they get this done, Miles?
Yes. And after game 1, I was like, okay, maybe there's a chance. So if you look at the percentages, right? Like teams that win, the first 2 games on the road, they win 86% of series. So, like, the Knicks are in that space. Also, the health of Kristaps Porzingis. He just isn't right. And so the Knicks are starting to figure out, like, okay, they have Al Horford and Luke Cornett. Al Horford is, 38 years old? And Luke Cornett is a backup to a backup. Like, that's who the Celtics have on the front line. So the Knicks are kind of like, okay, like, we just can go inside and we can score and we can get our points that way. But I think for the Celtics, like, they're not going to shoot 25% from three-point range for the series. Mm-hmm. So I don't think it's like the Knicks in a sweep or the Knicks in, 5 games. I do think this is still going to go 6 or 7 because obviously the Celtics are going to get hot and they're going to be hot for like 2 or 3 games. It's whether or not the Knicks can withstand that.
If the Knicks get 1 in New York, they'll be up 3-1. If they, let's say, we 3-1. You believe that the Wichita will go straight 3 games on them, the way they played thus far?
Well, yeah, because here's the thing, and this is a key point. When you look at the Celtics' history, like the 2023 Eastern Conference Finals, remember, they were down 3-0 to the Miami Heat, and they won 3 straight, and that Game 7 came down to the wire. Like, this is that same group. And Jason Tatum, man, the last 2 fourth quarters, he's 1 for 12. His only point came on a dunk. Like, he hasn't gotten right. That team has not had a good game in these first 2 games. Like, they've been awful. And the games have been tight, right? They're 1-possession games. So I do think that at some point the Celtics are going to remind us, like, yes, we're the champs. And they have in the first half of these games. I think for Boston, it's fallen in love with that 3-point shot.
Yeah.
And as a basketball fan, I'm so glad that's backfiring. Right? Like, I do not want to see because, they set the record for most 3-pointers attempted in a game and lost, right? But they also set the record for most 3-pointers attempted in a season. I think if there's like a price to pay for that, we're kind of seeing it now with the Celtics. And I hope we get some more balance into the NBA because has been the most incredible playoffs in a long time. And I was telling people the most incredible regular season that we've had in a long time.
Well, I don't believe you on the regular season part, but the playoffs have been awesome. I think we are talking with our friend Chris Miles, NBA TV. Give him a follow on Twitter and Instagram at Chris Miles TV. You know what's interesting to me, dude? What do you make of the way Jason Tatum has finished these games? Because it's been bad.
Well, part of it is, right, physical series, right? Like you play against, remember, Jason Tatum missed his first playoff game in game 2 against the Orlando Magic with a wrist injury. He's got it taped up, and I know he's not going to use that excuse because he came back and had 35 and 37 in the games after he missed, right? But whenever you have some sort of injury like that and teams are bumping you and playing you physical, like that affects you. And I also look at it, especially when you get to fourth quarter games, right? Like your legs are tired, like it just wears on you. But I also look, and Jalen Brunson only had 17 points, right? Like he was struggling in a similar way throughout the course of game 2. But for Tatum, now he's facing OG Anunoby, who I believe, when healthy, is an all-defensive team caliber player, and Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges got the steal in both games in the last possession. Like, these are the guys that he's facing. The Knicks went and traded for these guys and paid these guys so they could come in and do it. I mean, JP, it's like going to get 2 top-tier cornerbacks and being like, hey, why is this wide receiver having some struggles against them? Like, this is what the Knicks planned for.
It's go ahead, sorry.
I was trying to switch to the other series, but in Cleveland, too many injuries, they're done.
You know, what's incredible is this. We've had George Niang in studio. He was the guy that got traded at the trade deadline from the Cavs to the Hawks. And, you know, he's absolutely just devastated by that, right? But he has all the nuance to the Cavs and, like, why they were so good this year. And so one of the things that he's saying is, like, you know, when you watch it, like the Cavs are getting ahead early and it's like the win is in the bag. But then the depth, which has been their calling card all year, when Donovan Mitchell's like, all right, I got to give it up to someone else. Those other guys, like you said, Darius Garland, all-star guard, not there. Evan Mobley, all-star forward, not there. Right, DeAndre Hunter, the guy that they traded for from Atlanta. Those are like 3 starters off the floor and 2 all-stars. So it is like when you're facing a team like the Pacers won 50 games, and Tyrese Halliburton, you know, I voted for him 3rd team All-NBA, right? Like people are voted for him as the most overrated player in the NBA, and I guess he's proven those doubters wrong. So I think you got to give some credit to the Pacers and the heart and the determination. Mm-hmm. But remember, the Cavs got out of here by the Knicks 2 years ago. Like they were just soft inside. So you take Evan Mobley off the floor, and they really once again look soft inside.
It's crazy that in the East, the road teams are 4-0 in the second round of the playoffs. And obviously the Cleveland situation's a little bit more unique. The Knicks have just played hella defense, and Boston can't close anything out. Switch it to the West. I think the performance from the Thunder last night, I mean, they dropped 80 in the first half. The performance from the Thunder last night is what I expected Boston to do. When
they were up by 20.
Yeah, it's true. The Thunder Nuggets series feels like it's going to be at least a 6-game series. OKC had to learn a lot from last year. Do you think they've learned enough? I feel like in the NBA playoffs, we see year after year after year, young teams kind of need some time to learn how to close out and win series. Do you think that young Thunder crew is ready to do it against a team that has a title? They know what it is required.
What's hilarious about that, like what you just said, is after game 1, that was the question, right? Because they, again, one of like 4 teams that allowed, an 8-point comeback in the last 4 minutes here in second round, right? Like, it's just crazy, these comebacks. But here's the deal. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was there last year. He's there this year, as far as like what you're saying. But I think bringing in a defensive veteran like Alex Caruso and then Isaiah Hartenstein to be able to crowd Joker the way that they did in the second game. I mean, here's a guy who had 40, 20, and 6 assists in game 1. They held him to 16 points and 6 for 16 from the field. And the Nuggets were trying so hard. So I think for the Thunder, these first two games, it's like exactly your question. Like the first game, I'm like, I don't know about them. And the second game, you have to realize the 87 points in the first half is the most points in the first half of any NBA playoff game. You know how they have the stat and there's qualifiers? No qualifiers.
Right.
We've never seen that before of any team in the playoffs. So like they made history after losing like that. And that was a statement. That was a response. But I do wonder, like, Game 3 is going to be colossal in trying to figure out, like, where this series is going to go. Because obviously the first two games were just two different games and almost like two different Thunder teams.
Well, the Thunder, they have the talent. Do they have enough to get this done, though?
Yeah, well, what they have is defense, right? And this is, I mean, BMitch, to try to describe it to you, it's like, you know, when we talk about like the 86 Bears, right? Like this is what they are. I mean, they have like the greatest defensive rating, the greatest net rating. They average 20 steals and blocks a game, right? Like I don't recall seeing a team be number one and number two in steals and blocks and not have like a Hakeem Olajuwon or Victor Wembanyama out there, right? They do it. Everyone does it. Everyone is in on it. So to me, that's the thing that stands out most about them is that they take those steals, they turn them into points. They take the block, they turn them into points. But if you can slow the game down and not turn the ball over, like I kind of look at it as, no, SGA is the only guy they have. And that's what we saw in game one that we know we can trust in the clutch. I mean, they only scored 6 points in the last 5 minutes of that game one. And, you know, 4 of those came on free throws.
Let's talk Steph. Let's talk about this Warriors Minnesota series. I was really excited for this one just because watching Steph is a treat, right? Like I feel like that's something everyone just enjoys to watch him play basketball. You don't get people talk about what's the term that's so popular now? Foul baiting. Like Steph isn't that dude. It's a joy to watch him play basketball. Now he's out for a week. Golden State has the lead. I mean, maybe Buddy Hield keeps making everything in sight. I don't know. What do you think of that? We get that game tonight at 8:30.
Well, here's the crazy part, right? When I saw that Steph had the hamstring strain, I was like, oh, he's out. Okay, the Wolves, who only had 31 first half points in that game one. By the way, it's like crazy how well Golden State defended them. But you say Steph and I say Ant-Man. Like, Steph is the second most popular player, I feel like, in NBA history. It's Michael Jordan and Steph Curry. Like, he's so beloved and so popular, and the ratings go through the roof. But I was talking to some of the guys about, like, this hamstring injury. I'm like, okay, can he come back to play game 5? And they were like, no. And I'm like, why not? They're like, he could probably get out there and play basketball. But for the way that he plays, he's a sprinter.
He runs all day.
He's running around the court.
Yeah.
Like he's going to go back and he's going to go out there and get hurt. So you got to watch that and kind of like give him the extra time. Now, the other thing is after winning game 1, you buy a little bit more time, right? Because now you're not facing elimination until at least 2 or 3 games later. So I think winning game 1 was colossal. And I think it would be a surge for the league as far as ratings and people being, all in on it. If it's Ant-Man and the return of Steph in like game 5 and game 6, I think that's great theater and great basketball.
Absolutely, man. Give me your conference final predictions then at this stage.
Yeah.
Shoot. The New York Knicks.
Dude.
Versus the
Is that what
the
your
Cleveland
heart or your
Cavaliers.
head?
Oh, you got Cleveland coming back.
I do. Here's the thing. I know that they tried everything to get Garland, Mobley, and Hunter on the court. I kind of feel like the Pacers are good, but they're not. Like, there was a reason they were down, and Donovan Mitchell is so good, man. Like, he's been trying to get there for so long. But I feel like, all right, Cleveland's the comeback team here. They feel like they should have won game 2. And so I got Cleveland, New York, and I got the Knicks winning that series and going to the finals, only because of the Knicks starting off 2-0 against the Celtics. Like, that's the way I see it. And then I'm not very confident about this, but I have the Nuggets and the Wolves, and the Nuggets beating the Wolves.
The Nuggets? So you got the Nuggets beating the Thunder.
Hey, man, like Nikola Jokic is, you know what this is like, BMitch? It's like betting against or saying, oh, you got Tom Brady's team against whatever. Like Nikola Jokic is the guy. He's the guy. Like he's the best player in the NBA, right? Like, so, and BMitch, you know this about winning. The Nuggets talk and move like winners, man. They're like, we're trying to do this for Russ. We're here as a team. And they're grown-ups about it. I think there's so much to that I cannot ignore. And I know they got blown out in game 2. And when I listened to their coach, their interim head coach, David Adelman, who has more playoff wins than regular season wins, like we've never seen this before, he's in there like, hey, they came out with physicality and the refs were on their side because they came out physical. We need to come out physical when we get home. And I'm like, that's how a coach is supposed to talk. You know, he's not like complaining about the refs or throwing guys under the bus. He's telling his team, like, you allowed yourself to get punched in the mouth in the first quarter, so we can't go to the refs about that. We got to do the punching, and then they go to the refs. And I thought that, I was like, okay, this is a series. Like, here we go.
All right. Chris, I want to give you a chance just to, like, enjoy yourself for a moment. Saturday afternoon, the Knicks will be hosting the Celtics up 2-0 in the second round. What do you think that environment is going to be like in the Garden?
First of all, I don't know which videos or which memes you have seen, my friend, but it's going to be not just nuts inside the Garden, but outside the Garden, around the city, around the world, JP. People are going to be singing, go New York, go New York, go New York, go New York, go. Yeah. Okay, that's what's going to happen. So just be ready for it, JP. Yeah, just be ready.
Dude, so I was up there last year when the Caps got swept by the Rangers. I was up there for work, and it was when the Knicks were playing the Sixers. And just being there for that, because those games were nuts, was really remarkable. And maybe this will change with sustained success, but I don't hate the Knicks like I do a lot of these other New York teams. And this Celtics team, I don't know. I allow myself wiggle room to change my opinion. I think I'm rooting for the Knicks against the Celtics. Are you, B?
I don't like Boston at all. I don't like nothing in Boston.
Okay.
So. I don't know that I do like either. Green. Look, you shouldn't like green. You shouldn't like leprechauns. You shouldn't like St. Patty's Day.
Take it easy on some of that, Miles. That's my people.
The Blackman High School
like
Green Devils were green, man. Come on now.
Should like tea parties, anything to do with the Celtics.
Are you going to try to get up there?
First of all, sir, you don't realize what just happened in this show. Okay, me saying the Knicks are going to the finals, you do know what that means. As someone that covers the finals every year, I get to go to the finals with my Knicks in it. Do you understand? All right, and do the pre and post. And here's the other part.
That would be nuts for you.
Interview the players on the. Oh my! This is what I'm saying. Like we were in Dallas last year. I'm like, this is a good time. Dallas is a good time, okay? Where were we? Oh, yeah, I was in Miami the previous year. That was wonderful. So I'm always rooting for the Miami Heat to get to the finals, okay? So what I'm saying is that would pale in comparison to being in Madison Square Garden for the NBA Finals. What are we saying here, JP? Of course it's Knicks in 6. Knicks in 6.
Hey, man, they say when you're in the media, you're supposed to be non-biased.
Yeah, well, yeah.
What the hell happened to that?
No cheering in the press box, Miles.
First of all, I'm no longer in the media. I work for the NBA, okay? All right, let me
still media.
I had to.
That's still media.
That's league owned, baby.
I could be a cheerleader all I want. I cheer for every team, BMitch, okay? Now, what I'm saying is I had to endure Michael Jordan dunking all over my center and my team for years. I'm allowed to be happy, BMitch. What you got against happiness?
We support your happiness,
I'm just messing
Miles.
with you, dog. Just messing with you.
I can't wait to watch that game Saturday afternoon. Thank you for your time.
Appreciate you, brother, man.
And good luck to your Knicks, dude.
All right, guys. Take care.
All right, bro.
That's our guy, Chris Miles.
Chris happy, boy.
Not hiding, not holding back. Bing, bong.